Hi there. This lesson, I'm going to go through the dashboard and show you how I set this up and how you can get set up for the week, and mainly what all the different parts of this are and their functions. So, the first two things at the top are going to be your main reminders that you just want to see right there. And I think that having a self talk category mantra for week one or for whatever week you're on is one of the most important things to have, because a self talk mantra for a category is like a quick phrase or something that comes to you in the moment as you're learning and reflecting about the topics, and it just hits you and it makes sense. It sinks in. That's where I would highly recommend coming back to your dashboard whenever that moment hits. It may be a couple days into you working on your inner voice or paying attention to it, or you may already have something that's, no, this always makes me feel better when I'm working on this, or this is the solution to this negative self-talk when I work it out in my head and when I go through all the scenarios or whatever you need to do. Anyways, having one or two of those little phrases that make a lot of sense to you and are very personal to you, put them right there. The reason why is because every day you're going to come in here and you're going to see this, and it makes it so much easier as you're thinking about your inner voice all day, or at least paying attention to it as best you can, being mindful as best you can. You'll be able to easily get yourself out of a negative self-talk spin, or hopefully quickly to be able to shift your self-talk. And then over here, I have another little reminder for you guys. Building habits is all about repetition. Therefore, to be successful today, I need to keep trying my best at the habits I am trying to build. This includes self-talk habits. Even paying attention to your self-talk in certain arenas is a habit. Habits break down to the smallest thing. All right, moving on to the daily reminders table. Daily reminders are ideas and thoughts throughout the day that are similar to the mantras, but they can be about anything. Anything you need to focus on, a positive thought you had, a realization you had, a eureka moment, like any of that. I love to have the most important things I want to remind myself throughout the day on, and every morning I go through this, and you will too, and you'll see in the 3R mornings here shortly. But that's its function, right? And I left those empty for you, just some test ones in there, daily reminder one or two. All right, your journal entry section. Your journal entry section is important because you just need to have a blank page every day that you can write thoughts or ideas on. If you just need to think something out, or have a list for the day or notes for the day, or you want to remember what you did that day, or you just need a place to brainstorm ideas, this is where that is. The more you put down here each day, the more that you can remember and reflect later, which is important at the end of each week. The journal is where you keep daily progress of how you are feeling about your inner voice and that thing. At the very least, it's so you can have a place to put those thoughts and ideas about your inner voice category that you're working on. But that's it. That's your dashboard. And let's move on.